Hey, your best friend's having a birthday and you're feeling creative and want to bake a cake. Before you put on the finishing touches, our next guest can help make you the baking hero. Michelle Hageman is here to sweeten up our pastry skills. Thanks so much for coming on today.
Thank you. My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
You have been a cake decorator for 30 years.
Yes.
And you had found that there is a special tool that was making your decorating a lot easier, and so you decided to create something that we all can use.
Right. Well, what it was is that at the end of the week, when you work in a bakery, typically, at the end of the week, you're down to bags that typically will only get used if you're putting icing on a cake or a cupcake. So the holes have been cut very large, and when you go to get a coupler, which I don't have out, a coupler to put through the bag itself, then you'll find that at the end of the week you have a bag you can't use.
Oh.
So I got tired of that. I was like, this is ridiculous. And who wants to stop what they're doing, go buy more bags? We have the luxury here in San Diego of having stores really close by, but not everyone has that luxury. I couldn't imagine living in the Midwest and trying to do this. So my invention is called the bag adapter kit, or the BAC for short, and what it does is it just adapts this bag, so now I can put my coupler in and I can use any of the tips that I need.
Nice.
Yeah.
So besides making it easier for you, you're wasting less of your product.
Exactly, exactly. Well, and then you have, if you have 20 of these bags that have been cut on your shelf to either do ice a cupcake or ice a cake, you can't use them for anything else until now.
Right, because you just toss them away.
Well,
and
you wouldn't toss them. They would just sit up there on the shelf until the next time you needed to ice a cake or put cupcake icing on a cake. As you can see, these are a little bit larger, so that's the difference.
Yeah.
The difference is that these tips are actually too big, and when you pull a cupcake out, this is a cupcake tip. As you can see, my coupler just goes right inside it, so I can't use that bag for anything else other than icing a cupcake or putting icing on a cake with the icer tip.
I'm learning more about cake decorating and icing than I have ever learned in my life. All I knew is that I love to lick the icing out of the bowl and off the top of the cupcake.
And who doesn't love that part?
Well,
It's
tell us
actually
what you
awesome.
brought in today, because some of these, frankly, look good enough to eat, if you don't mind.
Absolutely, knock yourself out. So what I brought in today was this one here, is, as I showed you in that one down there, this cake tip typically will only ice a cake. That's all you can do with it. So I've kind of already iced this cake, but who wouldn't mind another layer of frosting, right?
You know, I say the more the better.
I didn't figure there'd be too much argument on
Yeah,
that.
not at all.
So basically that's what this tip does. It has very few rolls, and one of them is just to put the icing on the cake, and then the cake decorator comes back in with her spatula and smooths it down. It's just a faster way for some to put their icing on the cake.
How long did it take you to get to be such a pro with the icing?
Oh, you know, when I first started, I just couldn't wait to learn. So it really didn't take very long. I got very quick at it because I spent a lot of time doing it. I hearken it to someone who's trying to learn how to play the guitar. You know, they spend a lot of time doing it.
practice.
And then the next time you hear them, they sound great.
One thing I want to mention is that besides being a cake decorator and an inventor, you're a busy mom and raising an 18-year-old son who has some challenges with autism.
Yes. Yes, and so 2% of the proceeds for this will all go towards Autism Speaks. I've already sent them my first check, and it felt really good to give back to a community that's done so much to help those children.
You want to offer a deal to our viewers here on San Diego Living.
Absolutely. Promo code, if they want to go to my website, which is www.bagadapterkit.com.
You shameless marketer, you.
If they want to go there, they sure can, and as long as they put in the promo code San Diego Living, they'll save $2 off of anything they buy. So if they buy 5, they save $10, however they want to do it.
Can I just try my hand?
Absolutely.
I mean, I've had a lot of practice eating icing and frosting, but I can't say I've ever been successful at decorating. Do you have any tips for me?
Well, what I kind of do is I start in the middle and I just go around and cover all of the cake, and then I come back in the middle.
Wow. I've just got a torpedo of frosting here. You make
beautiful.
It look so easy, Michelle.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
You make it look so easy.
After
All right,
a while.
Professional pastries at home. Again, it's the bagadapterkit.com.
Correct.
You can go online, of course, and get this great deal. There also are 3 stores in town that sell them.
Absolutely. I'm currently being sold in Rosie's Sweet Art Studio in San Marcos. The Do It With Icing, which is right down the street in Kearney Mesa.
Okay.
And then Lakeside bakery supplies in Lakeside, and they distribute to a lot of our bakeries and everything. They actually are a distributor at the bakery that I work at.
Wonderful.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming
Thank you.
on. And
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry that, Emmanuel, your son doesn't feel well today, so feel better, buddy. And thank you for your generosity of donating the 2% to autism research.
Thank you for
Good to have
your
you on
time.
today.
Thank you, Renee.
Thank you for leaving all this delicious stuff.
Absolutely.
Won't
My
go to
pleasure.
waste. More
My
information,
pleasure.
go to sandiego6.com and click on San Diego Living.